The political atmosphere over Latin America is changing once again. From Moscow to Caracas, reports suggest that Russia could soon deliver one of its most sophisticated air defense systems, the S-400 Triumf, to its longtime ally Venezuela. If confirmed, this move would mark a turning point in the Western Hemisphere, projecting Russian deterrence capability into America's own backyard. For over 2 decades, Russia and Venezuela have quietly built a layered network of defense cooperation. The foundation began with the delivery of Su-30 Mk2 multi-role fighters, providing Venezuela with advanced air superiority for regional defense. Then came the Buk M2E and Pantsir S-1 systems, short and medium-range air defenses capable of engaging cruise missiles, drones, and aircraft. Later, Moscow added the S-300 VM Ante-2500, giving Caracas its first long-range, high-altitude interceptor network. Together, these systems formed a rare, integrated structure in Latin America, a multi-layered shield combining radar, command control, and missile coverage. Yet one gap remained: the ultimate long-range deterrent. The S-400 Triumf, capable of striking targets up to 400 kilometers away, would complete that defensive pyramid, making Venezuela one of the most heavily protected airspaces in the region. The S-400 Triumf is more than a weapon. It's a signal. With radar capable of detecting stealth aircraft and interceptors designed to neutralize high-speed aerial threats, it represents the pinnacle of Russian surface-to-air technology. For Venezuela, such a system would serve 2 purposes: to secure its skies and to broadcast a powerful message that Caracas, though economically isolated, still has friends capable of shaping global power balances. For Moscow, deploying the S-400 Triumf in the Caribbean isn't about preparing for open conflict. It's about strategic symmetry. As NATO builds missile defenses near Russia's borders, the Kremlin demonstrates that influence can flow both ways. That Moscow, too, can position high-end systems near U.S. territory without violating international law. It's deterrence by presence, not aggression. For Caracas, the integration of these systems provides something rare: confidence. The Pantsir S-1 defends against low-flying drones and cruise missiles. The Buk M2E handles mid-range intrusions. The S-300 VM controls high-altitude threats. And the S-400 Triumf extends that reach far beyond national borders. Together, they form a shield capable of forcing any adversary, even the United States, to think twice before acting militarily. China's role complements this network in a different way. While Russia supplies the hardware and training, Beijing reinforces Venezuela's endurance through oil trade, infrastructure investment, and digital networks. The result is a partnership that combines defense and development, making Caracas resilient both militarily and economically. In Washington, this evolving alliance is viewed with concern but also caution. The presence of Russian-made air defense systems, already operational across Venezuela, complicates surveillance, air patrols, and contingency planning for the U.S. Southern Command. If the S-400 Triumf were added to that arsenal, it could extend detection coverage into parts of the Caribbean and potentially disrupt the balance of regional airspace control. American analysts know that even a single S-400 battery can reshape strategy. Its radar eyes cover wide swaths of sky, while its missiles reach aircraft long before they can strike. It doesn't need to fire to be effective. The threat alone changes flight routes, operation timelines, and diplomatic tone. The U.S. learned this in Syria, where the presence of the S-400 limited Western air operations without a single engagement. Across Latin America, governments watch closely. Brazil and Colombia quietly monitor the buildup, while Caribbean states weigh the risks of being caught between Washington and Moscow. For some, the arrival of the S-400 Triumf would be alarming. For others, it represents the return of multipolar politics, proof that no single power can dictate the region's future alone. For Russia, the benefits are long-term. Venezuela offers strategic access to ports, intelligence sharing, and a platform for influence just hours from U.S. territory. It's not a base in the traditional sense. It's a statement of reach. And for a country under Western sanctions, projecting capability so far from home carries enormous symbolic weight. Even if the deployment remains limited or temporary, its psychological impact is undeniable. The S-400 Triumf standing silently on Venezuelan soil would force Washington to reconsider the assumption that its hemisphere is uncontested. The Cold War may be long over, but the logic of deterrence endures. Updated for the 21st century, radar by radar, missile by missile. In the end, the S-400 Triumf represents more than just advanced defense. It's diplomacy through hardware, strategy through geography, and balance through technology. The Caribbean, once a calm blue frontier, may soon become one of the most strategically watched regions on Earth, not because of what is happening, but because of what could. Beyond the military symbolism, the S-400's potential arrival in Venezuela also highlights a deeper reality: the gradual erosion of America's uncontested influence in the Western Hemisphere. For decades, Washington's Monroe Doctrine defined Latin America as its exclusive sphere. But now, with Moscow and Beijing stepping in through defense and economic partnerships, that dominance is quietly being rewritten. For Moscow, this isn't about conquering territory. It's about shaping perception. By helping Venezuela stand against pressure, Moscow shows smaller nations that alternatives to Western alignment exist. Each radar system and each missile battery becomes not just a weapon, but a diplomatic message. Sovereignty can be defended when alliances are diversified. Meanwhile, U.S. intelligence agencies are closely studying the logistics. Deploying and operating an S-400 battery requires a complex ecosystem: command stations, radar vehicles, launchers, and trained crews. Whether Russian specialists will be stationed in Venezuela remains unclear, but even a small contingent would represent a significant extension of Russian military presence in the Americas. Inside Venezuela, the government frames this partnership as defensive, not provocative. Caracas insists that the goal is to deter foreign interference, not to threaten its neighbors. And in a sense, the argument holds. After years of sanctions, sabotage attempts, and foreign-backed destabilization efforts, strengthening air defense isn't aggression, it's survival through capability. In the end, the growing network of Pantsir S-1, Buk M2E, S-300 VM, and the potential S-400 Triumf defines more than just national defense. It symbolizes a geopolitical shift, one where the balance of power, once dictated from Washington, is now influenced by distant capitals willing to defy it. The skies over Venezuela are no longer just about airspace, they've become the new frontier of global rivalry.